Welcome to Real Food, and today I'm going to show you my latest invention. I invented vegetarian celery cutlets, and the idea came to me after I made this celery juice, which is very nice and refreshing, but it also produced this mountain of pulp, basically of fibre, which I thought, it's such a waste. I did make this juice before, and I kept wasting this fibre. And I also recently read somewhere that celery is a very interesting vegetable. It doesn't actually lose its nutrient content after cooking, except for vitamin C. Vitamin C is generally very sensitive to high temperature, so vitamin C will be reduced, but I'm drinking all of it in the juice. But all the other good things about celery, it goes very well with heat. So I thought, what a great idea to make cutlets from this wonderful mince, really, because I tried making traditional cutlets with beef, and that went very well. I've not actually published my video yet, but there will be a video about those cutlets. They were absolutely amazing. But I now decided to go for vegetarian cutlets, and this is what I'm going to use: this white muffin, ginger, onion, parsnip. Amazing. I thought potentially initially to go for potatoes, but then I thought, well, these are even better. They cook really nicely, and I might add some spices later on as well. But these are going to be the main ingredients, and also I'm going to use egg as a binding agent. I guess this is not going to be 100% vegetarian, but those who include eggs will probably like this recipe. And I actually don't know how this will turn out, but I think it's going to work really well. So I'm going to show you how it works. So I have now peeled my parsnip, and I'm going to chop it very finely and get it ready for light frying. And then I will be working on my onion. I'll do exactly the same. I'll chop it very finely, and these ingredients will be pre-cooked. I will fry them gently in olive oil, and I will also add ginger in the same way, and I'll mix these ingredients, and they will be lightly cooked before I mix them with my celery pulp. And what I'm going to show you briefly with my muffin, I'm going to break it into smaller pieces, and I'm going to soak it in water. So this soaked bread will also act as additional binding agent to bind all these ingredients together with egg before I fry them. So here's my muffin cut into pieces, and I'm going to cover it with warm water, and it will stay there for a couple of minutes just to soak up the water, and then that water will be drained. So this is just to show you that I'm cutting everything into these very small pieces. This is my parsnip, yeah, being cut, and I will do the same with onion and ginger, and all of this will then go for light cooking, light frying. So here are my finely chopped ingredients: onion, parsnip, and I've got ginger. So all these ingredients I'm going to lightly cook in olive oil, so that they're soft and nice, before I mix them with my cutlet. These are my remaining parts. This is celery, bread, and I'm also going to mix in a few nice spices, black pepper, maybe coriander, things like that. So it's going to be really nice and delicious. So here are my ingredients. I'm lightly frying them to soften them and to make them more suitable for mixing into my cutlets. So I now added some coriander and pepper. So I'm gradually adding spices into this mixture that I'm pre-cooking, and it's getting some nice golden color now. So I think it will be ready for mixing into my cutlets soon. So I might add maybe some more, maybe something like a gram masala, just to add a little touch, final touch of spiciness, and then they'll be ready to go into my cutlets. I've also added a little bit of salt into this mixture. So here's my mixture coming together. I think I'm going to mix just a little bit. Before I add my eggs, I am going to, just to reduce the heat, because some of these ingredients are really, really hot, so I just don't want my eggs to start cooking as they enter my cutlet mixture. So, oh, look at this steam coming off. So yeah, so I want to reduce the temperature before adding eggs. Yeah, here we are. So now I've got 1 egg in my mixture. I thought maybe I should add 2, but you know what? I'm going to mix this 1 egg in, and I will see what the consistency of my mixture is going to be like, because I don't want this to be too runny, otherwise, you know, it's not gonna form really nice cutlets. So I'll see, maybe 1 egg will be enough. If not, if it can take 2, maybe I'll add another one, but I will check first. So my mixture turned out fairly smooth, and it's already quite soft, and you know, I think this 1 egg will be enough, because if I add another one, it will just be too runny and too soft. It's already a bit too soft, and I was thinking maybe to cover them in breadcrumbs, but I think I'm just going to fry them as is, and I'm going to use a spoon to put them into my frying pan, because it's quite a soft mixture altogether. I think because I had some oil, that all the other ingredients soaked some of the oil, so it added additional fluidity to this mixture. So I guess if you want to bulk it up, I guess you could add maybe some flour or starch or something else, but I'm just going to use it as is, because it smells delicious, and I think it's going to work. So here we are, my first batch of vegetarian celery cutlets is in the oil. They do look good. You know what, I just put the mixture in and created these cutlet shapes with my spoon, and they seem to work. You know, I will try and turn them over, flip them, and see how that works. I think it's going to work. It should be alright. So I'm just going to test how hard they get. You know what, I'm going to use some special tool for this. Here we are, and my special tool is going to be this, because they're very, very delicate. I don't want to break them, especially this is the first time, I don't know. So I'm going to allow them to form crust at the bottom first, and then I'm going to use this really nice tool to lift them up and flip them. Okay, sorry guys, my phone started to ring at the same time, and luckily everything still works. Sorry, I didn't show you my flipping technique, but it clearly worked. As you can see, one side has already got golden crust, and now I'm preparing the other side. And you know what, I do have to say that they are delicate, so perhaps if you want them harder, you probably would want to add maybe starch or potato or something else into this mixture. But to be honest, I quite like, you know, they haven't, you know, I didn't manage to break them, and flipping worked, and this is the very first attempt. to fry these cutlets. So far so good. I'll see how, and I will try and capture my flipping for you. So you do need to use something, or if you use maybe 2 forks, that will potentially also work, but there's a risk that they will break because they're very delicate. So here they are, my celery cutlets, vegetarian or semi-vegetarian cutlets. Sorry, I didn't show you my flipping. I didn't break any of them, but I did use my flipper tool, so it worked really, really well. And I would recommend for you to do the same because they are very, very delicate and very gentle. So here I also wanted to show you that you can fry them to get this really brown, deep brown crust, and in this case they will become firmer and similar to hash browns. Or you could leave them with just a little bit of golden crust, and in this case they will be softer, and you can even see some of the green celery coming through. You will taste green celery even in this one, but here you can actually see green celery coming through, which is also very, very nice. It's just to show you that what you can expect and what you can do with these celery cutlets. And you can make them larger, like this one, or smaller, like this one. So I also did try them. They are really, really delicious, and I guess the flavor of celery and parsnip, they make it a particularly aromatic cutlet. It's really nice. And I also added coriander and pepper, but you can use your own spices to your personal likes and taste, and I'm sure they will be just as delicious if you try them. So hopefully this was inspirational and useful, and do try them and share some of your recipes, some of your inventions.